Bit of acrobatics. There we go. Hello, my name is Zach Roberts. I had a lot of experiences during the primary where people would ask me what the one issue was that I made my decision for to support Hillary. And the problem is it's hard to answer because she's not a one-issue candidate. You know, it's a very she has a wide range of policies and values that I support. You know, from climate change to reforming Wall Street to overturning Citizens United. So it was hard to pick an issue, and so people were like, "Oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about." But the fact of the matter is, you know, I went to school in Chicago after I graduated from Northwestern in Springfield. Thank you. I was studying musical theater, which was something that I am passionate about. And yeah, I was having a great time meeting new people, you know, seeing the sights, getting a few experiences that might not be available to me in Ohio. And I discovered one day that I could not afford it. Tuition was $42,000 a year at Columbia, and I received $1,500 in financial aid. So I was on the hook for, you know, $40,000 every year if I was to continue, and that really hurt because I was doing something I really loved in a city I loved, and I had to sit down and talk to my financial advisor and my student advisor and be like, hey, what am I supposed to do? And the answer was drop out. And it was very embarrassing, and I was very ashamed of it, and I didn't tell many people. I've come to terms with it, but when I came back to Springfield, I took a job in a manufacturing plant in London, and it was $12.79 an hour, which was the most I had ever made in my entire life. And I was on cloud nine. I was buying DVDs and donuts and everything that I could never afford before. And for some reason thought it would be a great idea, because I was now 19, to move in with my best friend RJ, and quickly discovered that $12.79 is not not the best. There were weeks that it was, do I pay my electricity bill or do I buy groceries? Do I pay my car insurance to be legal, or do I pay rent so I can sleep at night? So it was very hard because I was 19 years old, just out of high school, really, just getting into the adulthood, and I was already behind. You know, I was in debt. I couldn't really. It was discouraging because I had all these plans for my life, and suddenly they were all crashing down around me, essentially. So after a few months, I had to break my lease early, add more debt to my credit, and move back home. So that was great. But the great thing about Hillary Clinton and the Democratic Party is that they believe that college should be more affordable and accessible for people who want to go to college, better their lives, enter a better profession, get a higher paying job, those sorts of things. And they've announced their plan to help create an environment where community college is free, and where interest rates on loans are dropped so you can afford to get a loan and not be paying it back when you're 89 and still have $120,000 in Columbia College Chicago debt. So, and the other great thing is that they have adopted a $15 minimum wage, which is a great step forward, I think. I think anybody here can agree that if you're working 40 hours a week like I was, you should not be living in poverty. Nobody deserves to live in poverty, but especially those who are working hard to try to get ahead, you should have the opportunity to save some money, buy groceries, and afford the necessities. In 2012, I volunteered tirelessly for President Obama's campaign here in Springfield, knocking on doors and calling people and, sort of getting a feel for how everybody was feeling about the election. And because of those experiences, I was able to meet the vice president and sing the national anthem for President Obama when he came to Springfield. But the most important thing to me was getting to know a lot of people in the community and make a lot of lasting friendships with people that I probably never would have met otherwise. So I think, when I looked at the 2016 cycle, I was like, I loved volunteering for President Obama, and what am I going to do it now? And I thought I wasn't, because I thought I didn't have time. I thought, it'll be okay, she's got it. But then I realized, Hillary Clinton has been fighting for us for her entire career. And, I realized that if there was anything that I could do to help, I could stand up and now fight for her and just return the favor to her. So I'm going to do everything that I can in this election cycle to make sure that we're electing Hillary Clinton and other Democrats up and down the ticket, because when Democrats show up to vote, we win. And so I would love to see some of you guys there signing up for shifts, knocking on doors, entering data, calling people, talking to people, and just getting people excited about the election and about Hillary Clinton and other Democrats. So thank you. It was a distinct honor to be in your presence. I now have the illustrious honor of introducing our lovely Mayor Copeland. He looks great, guys. So without further ado, Mayor Copeland.
Well, that's the first